Follow, like, subscribe. Let's get this shit show going.
Freedom.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Birds, Beers, and BS here on the AAT Sports Network. We are your hosts, Eagles, Jeff Warner, alongside Peanut here, and you if you want to get involved. So make sure you're following, like, subscribe, and leave those comments in the comments section. Look, we have an official playoff football team here in the city of Philadelphia as they clinch this past Sunday against the New York Football Giants. They punched their ticket in, but still a lot to do as they're still in the thick of things in the NFC East race. Also in their NFC, they're still looking for that first-round bye. So, look, the season ain't over yet. There's still a lot to do for the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll dive into momentarily in a little bit about the Eagles-Bears matchup for this coming Sunday. Do you feel that Sunday's game is a trap game?
No.
I think this we're going to get to it later.
No.
Look, it's called, in the radio terms, it's called a tease. Don't fucking just blare. Show's over, dude. Look,
continue on.
Look, I have to set things up. That's the point of a show. Otherwise, there's no goddamn show if you're just going to answer the questions.
You're right.
So, look, we'll dive into that. We want to get your thoughts later on. We'll give you our game predictions and much more. But first, let's give you our sponsors. We like to thank them real quick. We like to thank our friends, at Stuff to the Grills in Allentown. They are located off the Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center. Order by calling 484-274-6760 or visit stufftothegrills.com for their full menu and specials. They are available for catering orders as well. So make sure you give them a call ahead of time because with the holidays, their hours might be a little bit different with the holiday schedules or if they're catering holiday parties. So again, Stuff to the Grills in Allentown in the Old Town Shopping Center.
Yes.
I'd like to thank our friends at Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown. They're available for takeout or delivery at 610-395-2300 or vinnyspizzapa.com. They're located in the Old Town Shopping Center as well. They have daily and game day specials just for you. So make sure to give them a call and tell them that we sent you on over. They're available for catering events as well. So if you have a big event, need some pizzas, especially with Christmas parties upcoming next week or so.
Christmas.
New Year's. So make sure to give them a call, 610-395-2300. I'd like to thank our friends at Doan Distillery in Quakertown in the Trolley Barn Public Market. Visit their website at doandistillery.com to see their list of delicious drinks and specials. They also have happy hour every Thursday from 3:30 to 6:30. And, of course, they have some great new products that Peanut can tell us about.
All right. Yeah, Peanut's going to tell you about it right now because I have it all ready to go. Check it out.
Yeah. You sure do.
Yep, it's ready to go.
Come on. You have one job, Peanut.
Well, actually, the Quakerade is what my favorite. The Quakerade drinks, which are non-carbonated drinks that they have there. They also have a new bourbon called Cousin Abraham's Blend, which is phenomenal. The pumpkin spice is great. Seriously, give them a shot, man. It's really, really good stuff. And if you guys like basically liquor that doesn't taste like burn, they know how to make it perfectly. I tried to put it in your terms. You're not a drinker.
Okay, they probably should get a refund after that spot. Way to go, Peanut. I'd like to also thank our friends, a new sponsor that we just signed up with, with Homeage. Homeage, a vintage-inspired apparel. Legends never die. Check out their website at homage.com. They have a lot of great designs of TV shows, movies, sports. So it's not just Philadelphia Eagles, but this is one of their great designs that I got personally. The Randall Cunningham, Reggie White NFL Jam combo. They have some Brian Dawkins gear. They have some Jalen Hurts gear, a lot of great designs there. So make sure that you hit the referral link in the episode, the content of the episode. Click that link; it helps us out, and you get some great deals. They have a lot of great specials with the holidays. If you need a special gift for someone that's a huge sports fan, not just Eagles fan, check out their website. They have a lot of great designs. Again, homage.com, and head over to our Twitter, AT Birds, our Twitter. We are doing a giveaway for 3 free shirts. So for you and 2 of your buddies, you can have a chance to get 3 free shirts at our Twitter website, on our Twitter page. So make sure to check them out. But Peanut, look, it's been a crazy couple of days, especially if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And I want to start it off at, look, there's been a lot of criticism, despite this team being 12-1. There's a lot of criticism for this Philadelphia Eagles team, including the quarterback. Wow. And of course, it comes from a lot of the national bigwigs and the national heads that like giving out their hot takes. And the most latest one that has me grinding my gears a little bit is one former NFL quarterback, Chris Sims,
who was trash.
He was trash in the NFL, but I kind of felt he was a decent analyst. And I know he's had a thing out for Jalen Hurts. And
absolutely,
at the beginning of the season, he had Jalen Hurts ranked 35th out of 32 starting quarterbacks. He basically said he was no better than a backup going to the season. And of course, Jalen Hurts has proven him wrong so far. Yep. And he continues the backlash and continues to trash our quarterback. So I want to hear everyone's thoughts after hearing this from Chris Sims.
Let's hear it.
That's why Hurts will not be my MVP vote for sure. With that, he explained it right. It's an incredible system that coach has never even ran before, but they had to run it because they couldn't run their system with Jalen Hurts. It's the best offensive line in football. It's the best defensive line in football. If it's not for the 49ers, they're the best defense in football. It's the best rushing attack in football. It's arguably the best duo at receiver, not named Waddle and Tyreek Hill in football. And it's not that far off from them. It's a really good tight end in Dallas Goedert when he's out there. So this is one of those where I feel like it's setting up where it's just like the quarterback of the best team's going to win the MVP. And I want to go, there's just no way he's more valuable to his team than Mahomes, Burrow, or Allen. Like, no way. Those teams they're not the same teams if they don't have them at quarterback. Where I go, if you put Gardner Minshew in the Eagles, they'd still be really damn good. I'm sorry. And that's where, I don't totally disagree with, some of Michael Parsons' thoughts there.
Look,
Here we go.
Leave your comments in the comments section. I want to hear, do you agree or disagree with Chris Sims' assessment of one quarterback, Jalen Hurts? And look, I'm not saying you have to be a homer. I'm not saying you have to agree with or disagree with absolutely everything he said, because he does make a little bit of great points.
What great point did he make?
I would say he makes some points that, look, this team is a complete team.
Right.
That look, they have a strong run game with the running back by committee of Miles Sanders and Boston Scott, and who they have with that RPO option with Jalen Hurts as well. Right. They have the weapons with AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. They have a stellar defense. So look, he's not wrong on those parts, but he lost all credibility when he made that statement at the end of his commentary, right, when he said that this team would be just as good with Gardner Minshew at the fucking quarterback position. I'm sorry, Chris Sims. I don't care what the hell what you think. You lost all credibility when you made that statement. So sound off, Peanut. Give me your thoughts.
It's my turn now, right? All right, fellas. This is what's going on. Chris Sims is a fucking idiot. He's always been a fucking idiot. Like, let's be honest with you. The situation he was ranked. He has a problem with Hurts. It's a given. Hurts has played well with a good team around him. So have other Super Bowl quarterbacks. Joe Montana, he had Jerry Rice, right? Troy Aikman, he had Emmitt Smith, he had Michael Irvin, he had a stout defense. Every quarterback is a systems quarterback. I hate when people say systems quarterback because every system is built around that quarterback's strength. Every quarterback. So for Chris Sims to say this and double down on it too. Like he's having, like Hurts is having. Oh, we'll get to that. Hurts is having a pretty good year, and instead of just saying, you know what, this kid is developing, this kid is doing what he needs to do, he doubles down on the Hurts hate. The Hurts hate. It's a lot of hate. And I just don't find them credible anymore. At this point, I just feel like you're not being what's the word when you're a journalist and you're non-partial, non-partial.
Yeah, you can use that term. Yeah,
non-partial. Just state the facts. The guy's having an MVP season. If Hurts is out of this rotation, there's no way. And trust me, I love Gardner Minshew, but there's no way Gardner Minshew is going to take us to the Super Bowl.
Hell no.
There's no way.
There's no way that this team would be 12-1. And thank you for everyone that's tuning in. Thank you for everyone leaving the comments. Let's get to some of these comments. We have Chris Cavo, who thank you again for coming out on Sunday to
shout out Chris
to Doan Distillery for our pregame show. He says he agrees with us. He believes that Chris Sims is absolutely delusional.
Absolutely.
Who else do we have here? We have there's a couple in here. I was trying. So many comments coming. Oh, Mike right here.
Shout out Mike.
Mike. He had a comment. Oh, here it is. No, that's not it. Goddamn, so many comments. Thank you, everyone. Mike,
goddamn, so many comments.
Not about being a homer. It's about having a functioning brain. And absolutely, look, I don't know what Chris Sims has against Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's jealous because Jalen Hurts, who had all this. He's a second-round quarterback, and a lot of people said he was overrated, and he ended up proving a lot of people wrong, at least so far, that he's jealous of his success because Chris Sims, if it probably wasn't for his father, who knows where he would be or how far along I kind of feel because his dad was Phil Sims, that he probably got a little bit of, like, favoritism, like, hey, I'm not saying Chris Sims probably wasn't a good quarterback coming out of high school or college or things like that, but
you're saying he was trash. It's okay.
I'm not saying he's trash. I'm saying he got a lot of favoritism because he had a former NFL quarterback as his father.
So a little silver spoonish going on there, Chris.
Jenna says the word's impartial.
Thank you, Jenna.
I'll say your son's chiming in. He wants to ask if I'm a spaz. Yes, I am, especially when we have comments coming from so-called NFL national media like Chris Sims, who's on NBC Sports Network giving his thoughts about, and good. Granted, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah,
I think some players are good, some players are bad, but the numbers don't lie.
Right.
This team is 12-1. We're number one in the NFC, number one in all the NFL right now. I don't give a shit if we have a cupcake schedule, as some reporters and some journalists think that we have.
Right.
We play who's on our schedule, and far we have beaten every team that's supposed or that's gonna be or has the potential to make the playoffs. We beat the Minnesota Vikings. We beat the Detroit Lions, who are in playoff contention. A lot of people rid them off.
Offense is crazy.
They're a hot football team right now. We beat the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they had their backup quarterback, but next week, Christmas Eve, we will show the world what we have against the Cowboy Nation with Dak Prescott, who supposedly fucking are so scared of competing with us. They had to add fucking washed up T.Y. Hilton to their wide receiving core, and reportedly they were probably adding OBJ. Fucking bring OBJ in the playoffs. He's not going to be able to play until then anyway.
Show me those two receivers, and I'll show you two hamstrings that won't make it.
But then we beat the New York Giants, who right now, the season ended today, would be a playoff team. The Washington Commanders, we beat once. Yeah, we lost once. But
no. We're so good, we beat ourselves because that game wasn't won by Washington. We lost that game because we beat ourselves. So we're so good, we beat all these other teams, and we beat ourselves. Trademark that. I made that up. Me.
And then you look at Jalen Hurts' stats. 68 completion rating, 3,157 yards, average of 8.1 yards an attempt, 22 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. What's his quarterback rating so far? Where is it? He leads the NFL quarterback rating with 108.4. QBR rating is 70.4. And that's not including his rushing yards.
Right.
So far on the ground, he has 139 rushes for 686 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yes, he has the weapons with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Every good quarterback does, though. Every quarterback.
Well, I think his argument is that Patrick Mahomes is playing behind a shifty offensive line, no Tyreek Hill, and he still has the Kansas City Chiefs in contention, and they're still a high-powered offense, which I agree with. No one expected Patrick Mahomes to be the play he did, but last week he threw fucking 3 interceptions in one goddamn game.
Wolverine claws.
And look, Jalen Hurts has 3 interceptions all fucking year. Right now, I'm not going to lie, I'll say probably Patrick Mahomes would probably be the only quarterback right now I would have over Jalen Hurts. They're probably 1A and 1B, but I would put him over Josh Allen right now.
Facts.
I would put him over Joe Burrow.
Facts.
Everyone forgets what Josh Allen did without Stephon Diggs. Once they got a fucking playmaker in their offense, you saw what Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen could do.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts last year struggled because we didn't have that premier number 1 wide receiver in this offense, and there's a reason why this offense is ranked 3rd in the NFL in total offense.
Preach.
And I think we're number 1 in points, 21 points, 29.7 points a game, and a lot of that is coming from the quarterback play. Yep. So let's give Jalen Hurts his goddamn due and give him the respect that he deserves, and stop criticizing him because through 13 games he has shown to arguably one of the best, if not the best, not just quarterback, but football player in the National Football League right now.
Hey, well said, and good segue, because let's bring up the Hurts alerts. Let's see where he's at. It seems he's been in the Super Bowl section the whole season so far. He hasn't even moved. I mean, he's still there. I mean, he wiggled a little bit.
Look, he struggled a few games here and there, but look, you're going to go through growing pains. You're going to have a little bit of issues depending on matchups, and look.
What's the worst thing he did this season? Think about it. Think about like bad plays. Like when Wentz was here, there was so many plays you could think of. I can't really think of a play where I'm like, he really messed that one up.
That Jacksonville game was a struggle early on in the first half. That Washington game, everyone played
the ball.
bad.
He didn't move the ball, but he didn't make a big mistake.
I think he had a big interception on that opening drive.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm sorry. Oh, snap.
So look, I'll say he's made a couple of mistakes here and there, and you're gonna have mistakes. I'll say it's all about game plan, and I feel Jalen Hurts has done his due diligence on how to improve as a quarterback and how to improve as a pocket passer and improve his decision making. That's why we are one of the least turnover football teams in all of the National Football League, and why we have one of the best turnover differentials in the NFL.
Yeah,
it's because of quarterback play from Jalen Hurts, and everyone keeps on saying that this offense is too gimmicky, that eventually teams in the playoffs and the better teams are going to find ways to shut it down. That may be,
but it hasn't happened for 13 weeks.
But so far, Nick Sirianni, he has not shown a very predictable offensive scheme. Nope. Each week, we're seeing something new. We're seeing a new scheme. We're seeing him find ways to attack opponents' weaknesses. And we've heard from many defensive opponents throughout the season after games that there have been plays and designs and schemes that they did not see on tape. And that is something Nick Sirianni, and look, we might have the MVP. We might have the Coach of the Year. We might have the Executive Player of the Year, or the Executive Person of the Year with Howie Roseman. So far, this team has shown that it's Super Bowl or bust, and that the only thing that's going to stop the Philadelphia Eagles from making the Super Bowl, in my opinion, is the Philadelphia Eagles themselves.
Okay, well, yeah, that's that. No lies detected. Look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Chris wants to know what the fuck are you wearing, dude.
Oh, this right here, I usually come here with a hat. People were like, you know what, can you do a show without a hat? So I said, yeah. So here I am. I am doing a show without a hat.
Shitty-ass wig.
I'm actually, no, it's Ben Deho Franklin. Ben Deho Franklin. I'm celebrating freedom, man. Electricity's in the air right now. So I decided to take the hat off and expose the true self. This is what I look like. I usually put the hair up and put the hat on. Not this time. This is who I am.
Whatever, bro. But look, they have a big game this coming Sunday, and look, it's the 12-1 Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the windy city of Chicago to face the 3-10 Chicago Bears with Justin Fields. And I know a lot of people are a little bit nervous about going up against a quarterback like just like Justin Fields. And it was asked in one of the press conferences this week, that does this benefit the Philadelphia Eagles quite a bit? The fact that the defense is able to go up against a quarterback in practice like Jalen Hurts, similar to Justin Fields, with their mobility in the pocket, the way they're able to extend plays with their legs, and that at any moment with the RPO they can rush off. And Nick Sirianni gave a lot of praise to his defense. The fact that he feels it's very beneficial that they are able to
deal with Jalen.
Deal with Jalen and see his tendency is something that they're going to eye on in game plan and game tape going to this Sunday's game. And I know a lot of people are worried. Is Sunday a trap game? Because look, you're 12-1, and you have a very pivotal matchup next Saturday,
right?
Christmas Eve, against your division rival on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. So a lot of people are thinking, are the Philadelphia Eagles overlooking the Chicago Bears and already eyeing that Dallas Cowboys matchup?
No, I don't think they are. I think I think the team's tuned in. I think look, every game from this point forward is going to be a trap game, right? I said that a couple weeks ago. Every game, you said it you were worried about Tennessee. Every game is going to be a trap game when you're number one in the division. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I think what people are worried about is that this team is and look, Tennessee is a different story. Tennessee is a potential playoff team. Right. This is a shitty Bears team that you're going on the road against in a hostile environment like the Windy City. Look, no matter how bad the Bears are typically, those fans are loyal. They root their Chicago Bears.
Shout out to the Chicago fans.
And this is sort of their Super Bowl. If they can knock off the number one seed in the NFC with the Philadelphia Eagles, it's a big win for them.
It is huge.
But this is a huge game for the Philadelphia Eagles because, look, they need this game to stay in contention in the NFC. And if they win this week and next week against Dallas, if they win the next two games, they are locked in for the division and the top seed in the NFC. So look, that's how big this game is. You lose this football game and go into Dallas. The pressure's on. There's a lot of pressure on this team to not lose that game in Dallas, especially with now they have Dak Prescott. There's no fucking excuses. Now, granted, I know I know they lost their right tackle, which Cowboys fans will be fucking bitching about if somehow Brandon Graham, who what a fucking game for BG this past week, 3 sacks. Look, we have a potential. We're talking about the offense,
right?
Look at the defense. We have a chance to have 4 defensive players with double-digit sacks. I believe you have BG with 7 or 8 sacks. Yeah. Hargrave is up there. Hassan Reddick. Yep. I think Josh Sweat. Look, you have a chance. We haven't had a double-digit sack guy, I don't think, in quite some time, in a couple
since
seasons.
Babin, I think. Babin?
No, we had a couple since then.
Okay, all right.
But the fact that you have a chance to have 4 in one season just shows how great this defense is playing. The fact that, and look, they want to play as a team. They're playing together.
Yeah.
And they want to win and play for one another. And that's the chemistry that this locker room has. It's something special, and I know a lot of people don't buy a lot into it. And look, it's an intangible that some people don't think matter.
It matters,
but
it matters.
This helps build momentum. This helps build this team getting ready for game day because they want to win it for one another. They want to win this, and they want to ultimately hoist that Vince Lombardi Trophy at the end of the season. And right now, no one. I don't see anyone stopping them.
You know what? I agree with you 100%. And that's why I disagree with the whole trap game situation. I just think, you know what?
Across the board, the Eagles are the better fucking football team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think I think us as Philly fans, we're always waiting for that second foot to drop. So in this situation, I have confidence that this team has the confidence and know-how and has been what's a good word? Disciplined. This is a disciplined team
for the most part. I'll say the one game.
Was bad.
We came up winning, but we had 12, 13 turnovers against Green Bay a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So look, you're gonna have your growing pains. You're gonna have issues, but the fact they're able to overcome those issues, they're able to overcome missed tackles, they're able to overcome bad penalties, they're able to overcome some big turnovers.
Yep.
The fact that I'd say there's plenty of times we're stopped on fourth down, and you're like, what the hell are they doing? They still find ways. And that's something with Nick Sirianni. The fact that he has the confidence in his team. He's like, look, if we don't pick up on 4th down, I trust my defense to make the stop, which 9 times out of 10 they typically do.
Well, his defense stepped up a lot. And to be honest with you, stopping Tennessee's rushing attack kind of solidified that this team can game plan properly for certain situations. I'm more worried, honestly, like when we do have the lead, like when we're up 21-7, I feel like the defense kind of lays back a little. It kind of takes the foot off the neck a little, and teams get back in these games, which is kind of scary. But this is a complete team, man. From top to bottom, this team is complete. I mean, we have weaknesses, but I'd rather have our weakness than Cleveland's weakness, or I'd rather have our weakness than other teams' weaknesses. I really feel like this team is prepared to go all the way. Like, honest to God, didn't feel that way at first, but it worked on me, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what, this team it's a special team.
Yeah, it's extremely special. Bringing up the defense, like I brought up earlier, Philadelphia ranks first in the NFL with 49 sacks, which are a club's most through 13 games since 1987 when they had 52. The Eagles, who have recorded 6+ sacks in back-to-back games for the 5th time in team history, which happened in 1985, 95, 97, 98, feature 5 players with 6+ sacks. Hassan Reddick, who already has 10, Brandon Graham has 8.5, Hargrave has 8, and Sweat has 7.5, and Fletcher Cox has 6 for the first time ever. Philadelphia leads the league in takeaways with 24 takeovers, 15 interceptions. Opponent yards per play, 4.75. Opponent yards per pass play, 5.34. Only 3 Eagles defense have recorded 45+ sacks and 20+ takeaways while allowing less than 300 yards per game. They're only allowing 297 since 1991 and 2002 were the last 2 times that this has happened. This is a defense that has been tremendous. And then you have Jalen Hurts is tied with Josh Allen, Joe Burrow for the second most touchdowns, 32 in the league, trailing only Patrick Mahomes at 35. Hurts' 32 touchdowns are also tied with Sonny Jurgensen in 1961 for the 4th most in franchise history, behind Randall, McNabb, and Carson, who had 33 in 2017.
Shit, dude. Think about that, man. Sims, just, you know what? Just pack it up, bro. Pack it up.
And look, if this Bears team, if they can shut down Justin Fields, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
With the amount of talent that this defense had, and I feel Gannon's going to have some type of scheme to try to spy him, especially with their linebackers. We have Kaiser, we have TJ. They're guys that have a lot of talent and bring a lot of speed, and you're going to try to limit his explosive plays.
Yeah. And
because Jalen, I would say Justin Fields, he's a quarterback when given under pressure. He's very erratic. He's not very accurate with throwing the football. Their offense is more built around the screen game and the zone run, the RPO, the zone runs.
Right.
And the Eagles find ways to limit that,
blow it up,
that offense. There's no competition. This Bears team, there's a reason why they only have 3 wins in the season and one of the worst in the NFL. There's no way in hell that this offense can compete in a shootout with the Philadelphia Eagles. And like I keep on saying, and I said before, the Eagles are their own worst enemy. The only way they lose this goddamn game is, for some reason, if there's, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen, or injuries, or turnovers and lack of discipline on their front, because there's no way in hell they should be losing to a 3-10 football team.
Agreed.
And just as an Eagles fan, you always have that one game though. Every year you think going to the season, no.
Washington was that game, man.
Washington wasn't that game. I look, I'm talking about like the year we lost 2 years ago. We lost to the Jets to
I remember that.
Whoever the fuck the quarterback, Falk or whatever, or the one year where we tied the Cincinnati Bengals. Or how about the year our first Eagles game we ever went to in 2006?
Yes,
against the Tennessee Titans, and we got blew up by Vince Young when McNabb got lost for the season.
McNabb. Yeah, we're like, why is he walking off the field? I had to call home.
Amen, buddy. Your son says fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, I taught him well.
You did teach him well.
Good job, kid.
But look, this is a game I'm not worried about. I'm very confident. I know some people want to go into this game, and you still have to have that slight edge of what's the word? Not optimism. The opposite of optimism.
Pessimism?
Sure. There you go.
I don't
know if that works, but sure. Let's go with it.
Is that what pessimism?
You're right. A little bit.
I think so.
Little bit. Whatever.
But you're right. I see where you're. Yeah.
But look, this team just you go head to head with quarterback, the skill positions.
Yeah.
The offensive line, the defense. It's check mark, all on the Philadelphia Eagles side for the most part.
That's why I don't understand what Chris Sims was saying. Like, of course.
No. Chris Sims, his point was that this Eagles team is so complete that Jalen Hurts shouldn't get all the credit. That Jalen Hurts shouldn't be in the MVP conversation.
Does his wife have a crush on Jalen Hurts or something?
I have no goddamn clue.
She must have a Jalen Hurts poster in the basement when she does wash. Yeah. It's probably like, I hate this motherfucker.
But I'll say let's give our game prediction, since we somewhat talked about the shitty Chris Sim conversation and Sunday's game. So, Pina, give us your score, maybe a player of the game, who might be in that matchup you're looking at, or X factor. Give us your thoughts.
I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go 24-7. I really don't think. I think. I hate to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I feel like the Bears' offense is not going to match well against our defense. And I think, honestly, once we might score 24 points in the second quarter, and it'll be basically just 3-and-outs throughout the game. So that's my prediction. Player of the game, I'm gonna go with special teams. I know it's not a player per se, but I think the special teams unit has something to prove, and I think the last game, maybe 2 games, they really stepped it up. So I think it's gonna come down to special teams and just grinding it out. It's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a boring game. It's the Bears.
It's not gonna be a boring game. This is gonna be a fucking blowout. Look, I have the Eagles winning 35. I'll say 35-17. They'll bench the starters probably by a little bit after halftime.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I hope so. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you're right.
The Eagles are just so explosive offensively. The amount of points that they have been able to put up, I feel the defense, they're going to cause some havoc for Justin Fields. Justin Fields, he has not faced a defense, in my opinion, like this. All NFL, all this season. So look, Justin Fields, he's gonna have a work cut out for him, especially with this pass rush. Jonathan Gannon, I feel, is gonna come up with a tremendous game plan to limit the big plays from Justin Fields, and our corners with Darius Slay and Bradbury. They're gonna be phenomenal. The Bears are going to have to be playing from behind. They're going to have to try to come back through the air, and I do not see that happening against our shutdown corners. And there's a possibility that Dallas Goedert could be back this coming week. I would say the Eagles can officially activate him starting tomorrow.
Right.
We'll hopefully find out that news. Make sure to follow AT Birds and AT Sports Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all our social media platforms for the latest news if that does come down. But look, our offense is just about to get fully healthy at the right time.
Yep.
Couple weeks going on this playoff run. The only thing that I'm possibly worrying about is we'll talk about later on, hopefully.
Okay.
But is the fact that if they do clinch everything by Christmas Eve, what do they do those last 2 weeks? Do they play the starters? Do they not play the starters? Because then if you have the first round bye, you potentially have 3 straight weeks without your starters playing. And I don't know if I want to go in that first playoff game with that amount of lack of reps and going into that game rusty.
Yeah.
So we'll dive in that hopefully.
Oh, that's going to be something fun to talk about.
I'll say we'll talk about that hopefully in the coming weeks. If we do not have a show next week due to me going away to the shitty state of Texas for about 2 weeks and with the holidays, we wish everyone a happy holidays. Merry Christmas to your family from everyone here at the AT Sports Network and the Birds, Beards, and BS crew. Look, we don't want any gifts. We don't want any shit.
No, we do. We do want gifts.
What you can do to help us, the greatest gift for us and for this platform is make sure you're following, liking, subscribing all our social media platforms. Make sure you're subscribing to our YouTube channel. Send it to a friend. Send it to one friend. Send it to 2 friends. Send it to a family member. Whoever you can maybe spread the word to. You enjoy the show. You have a friend or a family member that might enjoy it. Let them know about it.
Please.
And also, please support our sponsors, because without our sponsors, we're nothing. So again, Thank you to our sponsors for supporting us all season long. Look, Doan Distillery in Quakertown. We have Stuffs of the Grills in Allentown with their fabulous sandwiches. Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Allentown, the tremendous pizza. Our new sponsors, Homeage, Vintage Apparel. Make sure to check them out. Again, go to AT Birds Twitter if you're on Twitter. We do have a giveaway for some free T-shirts, and also click our referral link in the description of the episode. That really helps us if you're looking to buy not just Philadelphia Eagles attire, but they have attire for every TV shows, movies, wrestling. Dude. They have it all. So again, go help support our sponsors because it does a tremendous job helping us. So thank you again for everyone for tuning in. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you may celebrate this holiday season. Thank you. And again, as we end every show on Birds, Beers, and BS,
drink them if you got them.
Happy holidays. Go Birds.